I'm Starborn. Remember to be a star. You have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at my website, starborninstitute.org, you'd already know that the title of tonight's show is very hopeful, because the title is "The Best Is Yet to Come." And that is because we are having the first of the fall eclipses occur this Saturday, October 14th, and it is at 21 degrees of Libra. And Libra is the traditional ruler of the seventh house of peace and partnership and love and marriage and compromise and diplomacy and beauty and art and decorating. And it rules treaties and settlements and negotiation, because above all, Libra rules the law and all legal contracts. And so a solar eclipse always denotes a new beginning, and there could be a new beginning in any of the things that Libra rules. That's why I think the best is yet to come. There's a variety of reasons for that. One of them is a very unusual thing that is happening for the rest of the year that you can look forward to. And it is a sort of a curious thing that each new moon for October, November, and December, the last 3 months of this year, are all at the same degree, the 21st degree, the same way the solar eclipse is this Saturday. And 21 is a Jupiter number. It's a number of abundance and good luck and great benefit that can come to people. And so every new moon in October, November, and December is going to be at that degree. So we could see that the best is yet to come, and then it's sort of up to us to make sure that happens. And so there can be a lot of things or different ways or different things that you can anticipate right now under this rather fabulous solar eclipse that's occurring this Saturday. And remember that eclipses have an effect for 6 months. So this one is a new moon, but it's still going to have an effect anytime in the next 6 months. In other words, the best could be yet to come in any way for you. And that would be for the next 6 months. And then the lunar eclipse that occurs 2 weeks later on October 28th at 5 degrees of Taurus, that too is an eclipse. And so it has a little different meaning than this one, but it will have an effect for the next 6 months as well. And so you have a lot to look forward to. One of the things that you can look forward to and that can contribute to having the best come to you is that a lot of planets have changed signs in the last week. And they are more harmonious than they used to be, which is good. We could use that. And so there can be some good news coming your way right now, and it could be about maybe a favorable financial outcome of some sort, or a settlement, or just very good news that you get in one way or another. And the reason why is that the solar eclipse has 3 planets in the sign of Libra. The sun and the new moon are there at 21 degrees, and conjuncting those two, the lights, is Mercury, which rules news. And it is at 17 degrees. So these 3 planets are closely conjuncting each other, and that's very favorable. They're the only planets in air signs right now, but they're 3 great ones, and so that can influence the other air signs, which are Gemini and Aquarius. And so that means that you could be enjoying perhaps a brief respite based on good news that you get that has something to do with some sort of perhaps financial settlement or better terms on something, on a contract, for instance. Or it can just be that there is sort of an easing of tensions. That would be great as well, in partnerships or in any kind of a relationship. Libra rules relationships, and so do all the air signs. And so that's because the air signs are very communicative. And that's what you need if you're going to have a good relationship. And so this is a time, since the 3 planets in Libra are trining the sign of Gemini, which rules youth, and it rules easy transitional change and temporary or part-time projects. And then the solar eclipse is also trining the sign of Aquarius, which rules the future, including your future. And so this is a very fortunate time for people with new ideas. In fact, people with new ideas right now, their ideas could just flourish. I mean, there would be plenty of people that would be willing to listen to their good ideas. And these could be new, or these could be ideas that they've had for a while, and now it's just a more favorable climate for communicating with others. And so new ideas can flourish now. And yet, the question arises, will there be enough money and enough mature leadership to make a new idea profitable? And I think there will be. And that, one of the reasons, there's several reasons, but one of the good reasons why that could happen is, yes, communication is highlighted under this wonderful solar eclipse in Libra, because Libra rules partnership, and that means that partnerships are favored now, particularly new ones. And people with new ideas could meet up with the right people right now. And the reason why is, as I said, planets have changed. And what has changed is that Venus has left Leo now. In fact, there are no planets in fire signs at all now. But Venus has gone into Virgo. And that reestablishes the grand trine that was missing last week in the earth signs. And that happened when Mercury moved out of Virgo, and then there wasn't anything in Virgo. But no, Venus has moved into Virgo, and it is direct, and it's trining Pluto in Capricorn, which is now also direct, and it rules people in upper management in large corporations, government agencies, or institutions. So facts and details can be getting to the right people right now, or they can be attracted to new ideas. And then those two planets are also trining Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, which is a fixed financial sign. And so, yes, there is a very good possibility that if you have a new idea and you want to talk to sort of people that could help you with that, your chances of doing that under this solar eclipse are very good. In fact, right about now, you could be doing that. Or any time in the next 6 months while the effect of the solar eclipse still holds. And so that is good because, it takes money and it takes experience. And, Pluto and Capricorn would denote people with experience that could really absorb the facts and the details of your good idea and do something about it. So there is a possibility that there could be enough money and mature leadership to get your good idea off the ground, which is great. And then you could, if you didn't have a good idea, but you were still a little bit wondering about how to handle financial matters, and there could be good news about that, there is the possibility, if you're saying to yourself, well, will the money be there? Not just for a good idea, but for something else that you are wondering about. And I think the answer can be yes. I think the answer might be a yes. It's a little different kind of a yes than a business yes. But if you're wondering if the money is there because you've got other obligations in your life, or you have to pay off some debts, or, get your finances in better order, then I think that is possible. And the reason why is that another planet has moved on, and it is Mars. Mars isn't in Libra, which is good. Mars has moved into Scorpio now, and Mars rules Scorpio. It's at home in the sign it rules. And what's even better is that Mars in Scorpio is now sextiling the other ruler of Scorpio, which is Pluto in Capricorn, and that planet is direct, and so is Mars. That really strengthens the sign of Scorpio. But it gets a little better than that, because there are only 2 planets in the heavens right now, under this eclipse, that are at home in the sign they rule. And that makes them very strong. And they both trine each other, which is really good, because Mars is at home in Scorpio, a healing water sign, but also a fixed financial sign, and it is being trined by Neptune, the other planet that's at home in the sign it rules, because Neptune is in Pisces. And it's retrograde, and Saturn is in Pisces as well, but these planets are all trining each other. And so that makes the water signs very strong. So in answer to your question of will the money be there, I think since Pisces rules things behind the scenes, there is the possibility that if you really did need some money for one good reason or another, you might be able to get it behind the scenes from a family member. And the reason why is that these strong planets in Scorpio and Pisces are also trining the sign of Cancer, which rules the family and the home. And it rules the last half of life and endings, but they're rather good endings. And so all of that is favored. So that's why I titled the show The Best Is Yet to Come. Because depending upon what your greatest concerns are, there are going to be different ways that you may be able to solve some of your problems now so that the best is yet to come can be really starting to head your way. So you have a lot to look forward to. There is one thing, though, that we all have to be aware of. It's not happening, well, it is happening right now, but it may not have a harsh effect. However, it's going to. And it's going to happen in about a month, in November. And it is that Mars in Scorpio is a malefic planet, but it's at home in the sign it rules, so it should be operating for the best in that sign, which is good, and somewhat dynamically. And it is trining Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, so that's good. It's being reinforced. But Saturn is a malefic planet and Mars is a malefic planet. But they're trining each other in the water signs, and so they're working together very well. Okay, so that's a real plus because that means that you can go forward in a very substantial way if you want to. That's why the best is yet to come. Particularly if you're trying to make a dream come true. This is the time to do it. But at the same time, there are 3 malefic planets. Well, 2 of them are getting along really well. But that same Mars in Scorpio, in a fixed financial sign, is opposing Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is the 3rd malefic planet. Yeah, Jupiter and Uranus are retrograde. So they are moving backward through the sign of Taurus, and Mars is moving forward in the sign of Scorpio. So eventually, Uranus and Mars are going to come up to an exact opposition, and that won't happen till about the middle of December or November. And then that's why even if the best is yet to come, you need to be real careful with your money and your investments. Taurus rules investments. Scorpio rules money coming in from any other source. And it rules pesky little things like debt and credit and loans and taxes. And so when Mars and Uranus do finally come up to an exact opposition of each other, there's only one word to describe that, and it's the C word. And the C word is crash. And so that's why you need to be very careful with your money. I mean, yes, you might need money for something real important, and you might be able to get it from a family friend behind the scenes. But don't do anything frivolous with your money at all. Just hang on to it. Because there is a time when there is going to be a real strong opposition in the fixed financial signs between Mars in Scorpio moving forward and Uranus in Taurus retrograding, but still coming up to an exact opposition. You can't have 2 malefic planets in the fixed financial signs in such bad aspect to each other and not expect a crash. So you're going to have to really be careful. And that's why right now, it would be good to sort of hook up with a good partner if you can, because Libra rules partnership. It may be a new partner. It may be people that can help you get your good ideas off the ground or sort of lend a helping hand behind the scenes. But that's entirely possible right now. And so, since Mars has now moved into a wide opposition of Uranus in Taurus, okay? Uranus is at the end of Taurus, Mars is at the beginning of Scorpio. That's a pretty wide opposition, but it's going to narrow to be exact in about another month. And so my advice to you is that if you're making a change in your life and you're hoping that it's a change for the better, and it could be a change in your job, it could be a change in a partnership, it could be that you want to develop some new partnership that you feel would represent that the best is yet to come. Well, why shouldn't you do that? This is a solar eclipse that favors that. But at the same time, if you're making any kind of a change for one reason or another, and you have any shred of anger in you at all about something, I urge you not to show your anger right now. Anger doesn't have anything to do with Libra. Libra is a sign of peace. And so, if you are angry about something, this is not the time to get in a fight. Won't do you any good, and it'll make you look bad. So don't do that. But also, don't even show your anger. Because if you're making a change in your life right now, you know, end it on a high note. End something on a high note. And be gracious and magnanimous. And look forward to something better. Because it's perfectly possible that that will happen for you. And so, the best is yet to come for everyone. And don't spoil it by showing any amount of anger. Because that won't get you anywhere. And it'll make you look bad. Well, no. Libra is a sign where people want to look good. So try to put your best foot forward no matter what right now. Whether you're making a change, whether you're ending something, whether you're beginning something, you know, hold your head up and do your best. Because that way, for you, the best will be yet to come. And it will. And you need to believe that. And you also need to live up to it. And if you want something good to happen, be good. That will help a lot. Okay, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Aries. Well, Aries, the solar eclipse on Saturday at 21 degrees of Libra, along with the sun, new moon, and Mercury there, all three conjuncting each other, means there can be very good news about some sort of peace or truce or treaty or better terms in a financial matter. There could be good news about that in one way or another. And Aries, I hope that you would respond very favorably to that, even if it's happening to someone else. I hope that you would be, be sort of big-hearted and take a look at the fact that a partnership might be changing for you, or maybe you're looking for a new, maybe you're ending one partnership, but you want to go forward and try something new. Well, that's well aspected, because that's what the solar eclipse is all about. So you could be almost changing partners, Aries, going from one thing that perhaps is sort of outworn and doesn't represent where you want to go in your future, and instead you can be looking sort of for greener pastures right now, and you could probably find them, even though there aren't any planets in the fire signs anymore. But still, this is a tremendously good solar eclipse, because it's at the 21st degree, the degree of Jupiter. So you might be sort of trading in an old partnership for a new one, Aries, if you want to. But that's okay, because you have the lucky north node of the moon in your sign, and the danger has passed. When Mars was conjuncting it last week, the unlucky south node of the moon and opposing your sun, that may not have been too good for you, Aries, but you can sort of bounce back. You can go in a different direction if you want, or you could just get a little bit more rest right now, since there are no planets in fire signs anyway. Maybe this is a better time, Aries, for you to do some careful planning, because you have to have a plan before you can succeed. And so maybe this is a good time to sort of take a time out and just sit down and plan things, or map out different scenarios of things that you would like to do, and just see which one appeals the most to you. So you could spend your time wisely right now, Aries, and not have to go out anywhere or do too much, but simply organize yourself a little bit better. And I think that would be good. Eventually it would bring you a new partnership, or you may already have a new partner in mind. And so this is simply a time when you got to sort of get your act together. But I would do that by yourself first, Aries, and make sure you've got everything lined up in a way that you like. And this is a great time to be doing that, so good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Taurus. This is a time, Taurus, when the grand trine in air signs is reestablished, because now, finally, Taurus, your ruler, Venus, which has been in Leo, squaring your sun for a fairly long time, creating problems, particularly financial problems, now is in Virgo. It just went into Virgo, and now it's trining your sun. Well, it's always good when the ruler is in a good aspect to the sign it rules. That's going to help you, Taurus, a lot. That could smooth out financial worries for you. And it could smooth it out if you've been paying attention to the facts and the details. And if you have, those could be adding up pretty favorably right now for you, Taurus, which is great. So that's good, because Venus, your own ruler in Virgo, is trining Jupiter in your sign. And Jupiter and Uranus are there. They're both retrograde. But it puts you on a little better footing to have your own ruler trine your sun. And even if the planets in your sign are retrograde, they're being backed up because Pluto in Capricorn is also trining Jupiter and Uranus in your sign. And Pluto is now direct, and so is Venus. And so, they've got a lot of forward thrust to them, so to speak, and it's coming your way, Taurus. Which is good because 2 weeks after this solar eclipse on Saturday, there's going to be a lunar eclipse in your sign. And there will be another change in your life, Taurus. But I think that if you take advantage of the favorable grand trine in earth signs, particularly with your ruler now trining your sign, you could make the best of a situation, or you could reallocate your investments in some way that would be more favorable for you. There could be some good financial news about that. That's just fine. But at the same time, I want to warn you, Taurus, that Mars is in Scorpio now, the sign it rules, so it's very strong, and it's very well backed up by the planets in Pisces, and it is opposing Jupiter and Uranus in your sign. And because they're both going retrograde, they're going backward, and Mars is going forward, and in about a month, Mars is exactly going to oppose Uranus, and those are two malefic planets in the financial signs representing the C word, which is crash. And so, right now, while Venus is finally trining your sun, Taurus, you need to put a pencil to all of your financial dealings and make sure they're safe and make sure they're protected. Make sure you still want them, too. Because if there's something that has become too costly, maybe you want to sell it, and it would be better now than before it loses value. So just review all of your financial transactions right now, Taurus, in the anticipation of the possibility of a crash coming up. And what you want to do is prevent it from hitting you. I think it's going to happen, but you want to prevent it from hitting you, or cushion yourself in some way that protects your investments or your finances, or else if I were you, I would sell while the price is up rather than wait until it's down. Okay, so good luck on that. All right, what does it mean to a Gemini? Gemini. Well, remember, Gemini, I said that the air signs are certainly well favored under this solar eclipse in Libra on Saturday, because the sun, the new moon, and your ruler, Mercury, are conjuncting each other. That compounds their strength. It triples it, actually, because there's 3 of them there. And they're all trining your sun, Gemini. And so if you have any good ideas, you should let people know them. You should be communicating now. You should be putting your feelers out. You should be anticipating change. It may be just temporary change or easy transitional change. If you were planning a move, it may not be too far away. It could be in your neighborhood because your sign rules neighborhoods, or into another neighborhood that is somewhat like the one you already live in. Or it can simply be that you have some bright ideas, and this And if you're looking for a partner to develop some of your bright ideas, you could find them now, Gemini. Actually, I think they could find you because the solar eclipse is so strong and it's headed straight your way. And on top of that, it will favorably affect your future, Gemini. Whatever changes you're thinking of making, they are aspected to actually make for a better future. So when I say that the best is yet to come, it's really could be headed your way, Gemini. And so, this would be a good time for you to sort of dust off all your ideas. And, I would pick the best ones right now. Or what is your most fervent desire? Or what idea do you have that really means an awful lot to you and that you would like to see come true in your future? Whatever that is, Gemini, look for a better partner or look for a way to form a partnership so that can happen, because it looks like it could. I mean, even if you wanted to make an easy transitional change, I would still anticipate doing it with others, because Libra rules partnership, and that solar eclipse is just staring right at you, Gemini. If I were you, and it's going to be in effect for 6 months. You really do need to move forward right now with something. And if you're saying, well, I have a great idea, but I don't know if it would be profitable, well, then you need to meet people with experience and maturity and the money to back your idea that could help you. And that is perfectly possible right now. So that's called prospecting, Gemini. Go out and look for a good prospect. Or else something that would fulfill your heart's desire, because it could be headed right your way. And, you got to meet it halfway, Gemini. You got to sort of come out into the public. Your sign rules the public. And if it involves you being more in contact with the public, that is going to be good for you. Just take my word for it. It will be good for you. And so I hope you're looking forward. Not backward, just look forward, Gemini. Your sign is under great aspects right now, so I hope you take advantage of that. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Cancer. Well, Libra is a cardinal sign. And so, Cancer, that means, since yours is a cardinal sign as well, that the Sun, New Moon, and Mercury in Libra on Saturday at 21 degrees, excellent degree, a degree of Jupiter, they're all squaring your Sun. And so that means that you may be challenged by the prospect of a new partnership, or you could be weary of an old partnership, one or the other, or you could feel as if there is somebody that is involved in a legal matter that is not on the terms that you would like. And because Libra rules the law. And so you could be challenged by that, Cancer. Okay, and I'm only saying challenged because, Cancer, you are under wonderful aspects. And the reason why is that Mars, you see, these planets have changed, and that changes everything. Mars has moved into Scorpio now. There's only 2 planets in the heavens that are at home in the sign they rule, which is making them very strong, and they both trine each other and your sign, Cancer. That is of great benefit to you. And so Mars in Scorpio is trining your Sun, and so are Neptune in Pisces, which rules the sign, and Saturn in Pisces. And so Mars and Saturn are 2 malefic planets, and they're both trining your Sun. You have a tremendous amount of backup right now, Cancer. And if you don't believe me, then wake up and look around. You've got it. And it can be financial, because Scorpio is a financial sign. So for instance, Cancer, if you were sort of wondering if the money was going to be there for something that you sort of have your heart set on, or you need a little help with right now, it could come from behind the scenes. And it could come from another family member, or it could be you, Cancer, that is the willing family member to help someone else out at this time. Maybe they need it instead. But either way, you are under great aspects. The best thing that could happen to you right now, Cancer, is that if you've been working on making a precious dream of yours come true that you may not have told anybody about, this is sure the right time to go forward with that, while your sign has so much good support. I mean, you know, the malefic planets can get people in trouble, but not when they're trining each other. And so Mars is trining your sun, Saturn is trining your sun. You have more backup than you realize, Cancer, and it's extremely strong, and it's not going to let you down at all. In fact, it's there to help you. And you know, you got to meet it halfway. And your part is to make the dream come true, and their part is to make sure that the follow-up is there and makes you happy for the rest of your life. And that's perfectly possible. So this is a very good solar eclipse for you, even though there can be some sort of legal challenge coming from perhaps an old partner, or there can be wanting to say goodbye to an old partner and initiate a new partnership of some sort. And if it has something to do with a dream, I would say it's exactly the right choice for you to make now, because it's going to make you so happy. And happiness counts. But it's going to make you happy because there's a whole lot more strength coming your way than you realize, Cancer. So, Cancer, you're out of excuses. You just need to go for that dream. Because Cancer, it wants to come to you. You just have to make your move here, and it's going to be there. And it's going to hold you up for the rest of your life. That's what those good planets trining your sun mean. So you need to get real serious about something right now, Cancer, and it has to do with something that involves your heart's desire and that is destined to come true, a dream that is destined to come true. Well, it always helps to have a little muscle behind that, and actually that's what you've got right now, Cancer. So don't worry about what any other partner wants to do right now. Stick to your dream. This is your chance, Cancer. And you're going to have a whole lot of help with that. So I wish you the best of luck. Your happiness awaits you. The best is yet to come. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, this is a time, Leo, when you might be feeling like sort of taking the load off. And that's a pretty good idea, because there are no planets in fire signs. Venus has left your sign. It is in Virgo, right ahead of your sun sign, and so it is reestablishing the grand trine in earth signs, which, Leo, means you have to get a lot more practical about the small facts and details. Virgo rules banking. It also rules accounting. And it rules finishing things. So, you know, it's sort of good that it's going to be a little quiet in the fire signs right now because there's no planets in them. And so this can afford you a chance right now to prepare yourself for the best that is yet to come. And you may have to do it by sort of cleaning up your bookwork, or, you know, sort of making sure that the slates are clean, or the bills are paid, or that you've got things arranged in a way that satisfies you. And this also pertains to your health, Leo. And that is because Venus is a real good planet. It's been in your sign for a long time. Maybe you have improved your health lately, but boy, you really need to keep it up, Leo. You can't take good health for granted. You have to work at it. And oddly enough, once you establish a routine where you are working at it, you know, it just becomes so easy you don't even have to think about it. And your health can improve. And that is your mental health. Virgo is a mental sign ruled by Mercury, and Venus is there. So your whole attitude about some things can be sort of lifting and brightening up a little bit. And it might be that you have some real, might be that you have been working on being healthier. That's always good. And it also could be that if you've been working on your bookwork and you're getting things arranged a little bit better for you, that is going to be very good now and in the long run. And So it's sort of good for you to pay attention to your own personal business right now, Leo. That's going to pay off for you. And remember that Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus are still squaring your sun, and now Mars in Scorpio is squaring your sun. So there's some financial matter that might have to do with your investments, or it might have to do with money that you perhaps thought was coming your way, but might not be doing that now. And so, Uranus is a malefic planet squaring your sun. Mars is a malefic planet squaring your sun. You really have to attend to factual matters right now and health matters. And you could do a pretty good job of that right now, Leo. And it would just be quietly at your own pace, You don't have to rush, but you do have to go forward, because that solar eclipse in Libra is sextiling your sun. The best is yet to come for you too, Leo. It's just that you've got to sort of get your financial house in order first. And now is a very good time to work on that, because the Grand Trine in Earth signs has been reestablished. But the opposition in the fixed financial signs between two malefic planets, Mars in Scorpio and Uranus in Taurus, are both squaring your sun. And you have to understand you are going to be financially challenged if you don't pay attention to your financial matters right now and your investments. And so I work on that pretty hard right now, Leo. And this isn't party time. This is like get yourself together time. So I hope you do that. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Virgo. Well, Virgo, you could be in the mood for love, because the love planet Venus just came into your sign. And so it is right behind the solar eclipse on Saturday in Libra. And so that means that the solar eclipse is right ahead of your sun sign, Virgo. And that simply is, since it involves your ruler, because it's the sun, the new moon, and Mercury, your ruler, that are all conjuncting each other under the solar eclipse on Saturday. And you have Venus in your sign now. So, Virgo, in your own modest way, you're sort of on a roll right now. There is the possibility that maybe you're ready for a new partner. And you're ready to expand your good ideas that could flourish right now, or you will be ready soon. Remember, the solar eclipse, the effect of it lasts for 6 months. So it could be any time in the next 6 months that you could take on a new partner, or you certainly could expand in some way that would be very pleasing to you. And that would be because you have been somewhat diligent in your paperwork or in your accounting. Maybe you've been really watching your health too. And now you might be able to see the payoff for that. You could be sort of happy with the condition of your health, because it would have improved. And you could be happy at the anticipation of a new partnership of one sort or another. And so, you're in an enviable position right now, because the planets in Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus, are trining your sun, and so is Pluto in Capricorn, which is now direct. And Venus in your sign is also direct. And that means somebody sort of high up in an organization could be looking very favorably upon you, Virgo, and they like what they see. And that person might become a new partner in one way or another. And I think you're more than ready for it, Virgo. If you want to take a step up, you could sure do it. And be well prepared for it. It would not be scary. It wouldn't be anything daunting. It would be something that you've really thought about and that you are well prepared to go forward with. So good luck, Virgo. It's been a long time since Venus has been in your sign, and you should take advantage of that and do your best. Remember, just like everyone else, if you feel any anger about anything, do not show it for a minute. This solar eclipse in Libra should be bringing peace. And if something is ending or changing in your life, then go out on a high note and be gracious and then look forward to something new, because that solar eclipse is right ahead of your sun sign. For you, Virgo, the best is yet to come, and I think it's coming pretty quick, right away. And I think you're going to love it. So don't be shy. Go forward. What Virgos need is confidence, self-confidence, because they worry so much about everything. And I think you've got the self-confidence. Venus in your sign, that would give you self-confidence. You know what you're doing, Virgo. And you know how well prepared you are, because you've been working on that for a long time. So this is a chance for you to go forward, and I hope you take it. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Libra, the solar eclipse is in your sign on Saturday at the lucky 21st degree, which is a Jupiter number. So there can certainly be good news coming your way, or a new partnership. That would be great. Or it can be that you're starting some sort of decorating project, or you're working with people that are much more easy to get along with and much more pleasing. And you're not going to have any problem at all getting along with people, Libra. In fact, I would say that there is the possibility that that doors will open. You know, people with good ideas, their good ideas can be flourishing now, because your sign has got 3 planets in it on Saturday: the sun and the moon, the lights, and Mercury, the planet of the mind. And so you could have very creative, good ideas, Libra. And you know, it's time to make them come true. It's time to get them out there. And if you're wondering if there will be enough money around or mature leadership to help you develop those ideas, the answer is yes. There will be. And so you just need to sort of communicate more, Libra. You know, don't wait on anything you don't need to. This is one of the best new moons that you've ever had, and it's a solar eclipse. You have the lights, both of them, in your sign on Saturday. Libra, you cannot go wrong right now. And you should be communicating, because Mercury is conjuncting those lights. And so you need to put your best foot forward, Libra. Libras like to look good, and they're already very charming. They're popular in the public eye. I mean, there's always going to be people that will just stop what they're doing and start listening to a Libra, because Libras have such a good way of communicating with others in a way that involves them and is not accusatory in any way. You know, you can get the best out of people, and you don't need to demand it. You can sort of inspire them, or join them, or work with them, or something where, you know, people can be very cooperative with you. Well, that's especially true now, Libra. So you have nothing to lose and everything to gain right now by making your point, or getting out and expressing yourself. And on top of that, you know, there's a lot of people that would love to hear from you. Maybe they've been waiting for you to make your move. And this is exactly the right time for you to do it, Libra. And it's, you know, a solar eclipse at the 21st degree. And that's not the last. I mean, it's the last solar eclipse of the year. But every new moon in this month and in November and December are all at the 21st degree, a Jupiter number. That's why you have nothing to lose by going forward right now. So if you're thinking of forming a new partnership, do it, Libra. It would turn out much better than you think. And the reason why, Libra, is nobody can do it all alone. We need each other. You know, you might have a lot of talent, but you don't have all the talent in the world. You need others to blend with your talent and to complete you and to help you go forward. And so put a smile on your face, Libra. If you're making a change, don't show any anger about it. End something on a high note, and then just move right into something better. Because the best is yet to come, and it's on your doorstep, Libra. Whatever your heart's desire, take a look at it. It has arrived. All you have to do is welcome it. You can do that, Libra. So give it a try. I wish you the best. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Scorpio. This is a time, Scorpio, when you can be very determined to set the record straight on something. Your sign rules justice. Well, it's also a fixed financial sign. And now Mars has changed into your sign. This is very good for you, Scorpio, because it's your ruler. But what's even better is that your other ruler, Pluto, is direct in Capricorn now, and it is sextiling that Mars, which is also direct. Well, then it gets better than that, because Saturn, a malefic planet in Pisces, is trining your sign, and Mars is a malefic planet too, but they're getting along real well. And the only other planet at home in its own sign is Neptune in Pisces, and it too is trining your sun, Scorpio. And those three planets all trine the sign of Cancer. Okay, so if there is some sort of financial issue coming up in your life that has been somewhat contentious, it could get solved now, and in a just way. And I think that would be all right. The solar eclipse, which is the new moon, the sun, and Mercury in Libra, are right behind your sun sign this weekend. And that is a ton of light. So, I mean, there's a lot going on in the background of your life, Scorpio. It doesn't mean you're telling anybody about it, but there's a whole lot going on. And it is well aspected for success. And it could be the difference between the unhappiness or the sadness of ending an old partnership and the joy of starting a new partnership. And it would bring you love, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and that's the planet of love. And it would bring you happiness and completion. And might bring you a lot more things too, Scorpio, because that is a great solar eclipse right behind your sun sign. So in the background of your life, you should be busy. You should be going for a new partnership that's going to be 10 times better than any you've ever had before. And it would tend to make two people join as one. And Scorpios don't get a chance for that very often in life. It would fulfill a secret dream or secret desire of yours that you probably never told anybody about. But the chances of that happening now are very good. And so, Scorpio, if you have to settle some financial matters right now, I would do it. If you wanted to make sure that things ended up in a just way, that could happen. In fact, if you insisted on that, that would work. You would get something on your terms because it was just right now, with Mars at home in your own sign and your other ruler sextiling you, and both of them direct. And your Mars is fortified by the planets in Pisces. So your home life could improve. Maybe you're going to move. The move would be an improvement. Maybe somebody else is going to move. But it would tend to make two hearts join as one. That's what it means, Scorpio. And it doesn't have anything to do with money. It has an awful lot to do with personal fulfillment. And a happiness that can come deep into your heart where there hasn't been much happiness. You might have been lonely for a long time, Scorpio. But there's going to be a way to fulfill that now from this fantastic solar eclipse that's right behind your sun sign in the background of your life. So I hope you follow through. I hope that you understand that if you're trying to make a dream come true, it involves a new partner. And it looks like it's going to be just the right one. So my hat's off to you, Scorpio. This is time for you to excel and do your best, because that way you know the best is yet to come. And I think it's going to. So good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarian? Well, Sagittarius, there aren't any planets in the fire signs right now. So, why don't you take a break, Sagittarius, or take the load off, or have a little extra rest, or go on vacation right now, or just do something fun. And Sagittarians like to travel, so even if you took a short day trip, it would revive you. It would make you feel good. It would enlighten you. And at the same time, your sign is so mentally astute, because it's an intellectual sign, that you could be having your eyes on a whole lot of different things that are going on in the world. And the emphasis under this solar eclipse is on everything that Libra rules. Well, Libra sextiles your sun, Sagittarius. So this solar eclipse and a sextile represents opportunities. So the sun, new moon, which are the lights, and Mercury in Libra are sextiling your sun. Okay, and there aren't any planets in fire signs, but those planets are real good. And they are indicating that there is an opportunity for you to form a new partnership. And it could be something that involves your own interests. And so Sagittarius rules international organizations, people from foreign countries, or higher education, or the courts. And if those things are important to you, which I think they are, you could be able to form some sort of, or have the opportunity to form a new partnership that accentuates the things that you excel at and that you are already very interested in. So you could be contributing to a new partnership pretty nicely, based on the things that you've already done in your life or the interests that you've already developed. I mean, those could be rather valuable to someone else right now. And so Sagittarius, yes, you might want to rest or take it easy right now, which you could do. There's no planets in fire signs. But at the same time, there is the possibility of a new partnership headed your way. And if I were you, I wouldn't keep them waiting, Sagittarius. Your sign can move fast when it wants to. And so if somebody is sort of hinting about the possibility of a new partnership, I hope you hurry up and say yes, Sagittarius, because it's going to do you a world of good. And it will present an opportunity for you to expand your own interests in a way that really helps somebody else as well. So, you have a lot to offer. So, if somebody starts talking about partnership, I hope you listen real closely, Sagittarius, and do something about it. Because every new moon, including the one in your sign, which will occur, the new moons in October, November, and December are all at the 21st degree. And so you could have more than one good opportunity to expand. The 21 is represented by the planet Jupiter, and it is a planet of expansion, and it's your ruler. So, wake up and smell the coffee, Sagittarius. There are new things out there, and there's new people out there, and I think they're interested in you. So you got to get out there with them a little bit, and let them know what you can contribute, because they'll appreciate that. They may want to form a partnership with you so that you can do some of the work that needs to be done. Well, that's what you're born for. Why don't you do it? And I think you could be very happy with that as well. This is a solar eclipse in the sign of Libra, and Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love. So you have a lot to gain, Sagittarius. Just think about it. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Capricorn. This is a time, Capricorn, when the earth signs have been reinvigorated. There was just 1 week when there wasn't anything in Virgo, but now Venus has left Leo and it has gone into Virgo, and it's trining your sun, Capricorn, where you have Pluto, and Pluto has now turned around and gone direct. It's going to be heading into Aquarius. You know, Pluto is so slow and moves back and forth. So it's going to go into Aquarius, I think, in January or late December, and finally leave your sign. It might be back shortly next year at times, but it's really heading into Aquarius. And so while it is direct now and in late degrees in your sign, it's at 28 degrees now, and trining Venus in Virgo, it can be that you are the person, Capricorn, that is looking for people who are very careful with their book work, or they can be good helpers. They can be of assistance to you, or they can teach you things. Virgo rules teaching, and that can be of great value to you, Capricorn. You could have a lot of experience in your life because you would have worked hard. Every Capricorn works hard. And yet someone else could come along right now, and they could be they could sort of underrate themselves and be rather modest about their accomplishments and want to be of assistance to you. And why would you turn that down? Don't do that. Join others, particularly somebody you can learn something from, because that could only benefit you, Capricorn. And then Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus are also trining your sun, but they are retrograde, and Uranus is starting to be widely opposed by Mars in Scorpio. But that Mars sextiles your sun, where you have Pluto. It makes Scorpio twice as strong. And that sign hasn't been under good aspects for a while, but it is now. And so there could even be some more money around for you, Capricorn. And it might be because you're handling your investments a little bit better, or you're handling your own budget a little bit better. And I would if I were you. Because remember, when Mars finally, in Scorpio, finally gets up to an exact opposition about a month from now, or sometime in November, and exactly opposes Uranus, another malefic planet in Taurus, and these are the two financial signs. I can only describe that with the C word, which is crash. And you wouldn't be hurt by that if you were really keeping up, watching your money real closely. And that is something that Capricorn likes to do. So now that Venus is in Virgo trining your sun, you might get somebody that could help you with that, or assist you in one way, or somebody that could just teach you something and you could learn from that. And so there's a lot of benefit from these good planets, because Venus is direct and so is Pluto in your sign. And that's going to put you in touch with somebody who's sort of high up or powerful, and may value you because you're so careful with the details and the facts. So anyway, I think that there could be a new partnership for you, even though the solar eclipse in Libra squares your sun. There could still be some sort of joint effort or a new partnership coming up for you, Capricorn. And I think that, I think you should try it on. Just try it on. You wouldn't be hurt financially at all by that. You might learn something new that would help you in your future. And Pluto has been in your sign for years. And as it leaves and goes into Aquarius, you may feel as if you need a little bit more strong support around you. And I would get it right now while Pluto is still in your sign. Just to hang on to the strong things that you've got, Capricorn. Because when Pluto goes into Aquarius, that will be a whole different story than the way it acted in your sign, which is a business sign. So if I were you, there could be some sort of partnership or legal matter that you might think is a challenge to you, but I would look that over again. And remember, if you're making any kind of a change in your life, or anybody is making a change, do not show any sign of anger. Just end something on a high note, and then go on. You can do it. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is a time, Aquarius, when you really benefit from the new moon, solar eclipse in Libra on Saturday at 21 degrees, because the sun, new moon, and Mercury in Libra are all trining your sun and the sign of Gemini as well. So Aquarius, since your sign rules the future and things ahead of their time, what great ideas have you been cooking up, Aquarius? I'll bet you've got a few of them that you've already been thinking about or developing. And this is a time when new ideas can flourish, because these wonderful communicative and strong planets in Libra are trining your sun, which rules the future, and Gemini, which rules communication and easy transitional change. So there is a strong possibility, Aquarius, that you're going to be able to make an easy transitional change. And I would say anytime from Saturday, when the solar eclipse hits, for the next 6 months, anytime in that period, you're going to be able to make an easy transitional change. It may be a move, or it may be just an expansion of your good ideas that find an interested audience. There can be people that are interested in seeing that you follow up on your ideas, and they may have the money and the experience to back you, Aquarius, and that would be great for you. So this solar eclipse is doing you a world of good, Aquarius, which you could use. You know, it hasn't been all that easy, but this solar eclipse is going to sort of open up a new world for you. Now, it might be one that you've already been thinking about a lot, but it's going to help get you forward. And that's why I think you may have the opportunity to form a new partnership, or somebody could be very interested in forming a partnership with you. You know, you're going to get some good offers, Aquarius. I would really seriously consider every good offer that comes your way. And don't make any excuses. You've got to accept something, Aquarius, because your life has to go forward. Yours is a fixed sign, okay? But everybody has got a future, and this solar eclipse means the best is yet to come. And it's sort of headed right your way, Aquarius. Take advantage of that. Listen to what other people have to say. Listen to people that are interested in good ideas, because you have a million of them, Aquarius. Aquarius are very creative. I mean, they're sort of out there, thinking of things, you know, and it's wonderful. So this is a time, Aquarius, when you need to think that your world is opening up. And you need to be ready for that. You need to decide this is the time for it to open up, because it is. And you know, Mars in Scorpio is squaring your sun, and Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus are squaring your sun, meaning that you might have some money problems around somewhere, or something that involves credit, debt, loans, taxes, insurance, inheritance, or grants, or your investments. Okay, so you need to work on those. But your whole world is opening up. And you would be very foolish to sleep through that, Aquarius. Because Pluto is going to be coming into your sun sign. And whatever's opening up now is when Pluto gets into your sun sign, it's going to give something a big push. And you'll be pretty happy with that, particularly by 2025, when Uranus moves into Gemini, which is your ruler, and it will be trining your sun for 7 years. That's why this is an important solar eclipse for you, and it means that your world is opening up, and you got to be there. You got to be ready to roll. So I hope you are, Aquarius. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Pisces. This is a time, Pisces, when actually, Pisces, you can be extraordinarily lucky behind the scenes. And that is because there's only 2 planets that are at home in the sign they rule, and one of them's in your sign, Pisces. It's Neptune, your own ruler, and Saturn is in your sign as well, making you pretty serious about something. And they are being trined by Mars in Scorpio, which is at home in the sign it rules, which means there can be more money coming your way, Pisces. And that would be fine with you, but it's also fine with somebody else. And so it can be that there's sort of a joining of forces right now. and the possibility of great healing going on. And it isn't all coming from you, Pisces. It's coming from somebody who understands justice. Maybe this is just a time when, Pisces are gentle souls. They sort of go along because they're gentle in their outlook. And somebody a little bit more forceful or strong or determined or very disciplined can be headed your way. That's the description of Mars in Scorpio trining your sun. And it's trining Saturn as well. And your sign rules dreams. And so believe it or not, Pisces, there could almost be somebody that is like a savior coming your way. And what is their leading characteristic? Well, that they're a little bit more forceful than you are, or they're a little bit more determined, or they see justice the way it really should be. They don't need to scratch their head and decide. They can see justice, and that's important to them. And Pisces, they could be a savior to you, because your gentleness is what they need. And their disciplined attitude about a lot of things is what you need. And it's sort of a very complementary partnership. It's a dream that can come true. It may not be exactly the way you dreamed it, Pisces, but let me tell you, it could be better. It could be better, because the best is yet to come. That's what this solar eclipse means. And the water signs are very powerful right now. So what do they rule? Healing. And that means you can be healed, perhaps by a new partnership. But it's not a meeting of like minds. It's not two gentle souls getting together. It's one soul that really is pretty determined and knows what they're doing and has been doing it for a hard worker is what I'm talking about. And for you, Pisces, it's your gentleness and your understanding and your charity and your kindness and your love that's going to make all the difference in the world to someone else. And so your dream comes true, but so does theirs. And it could happen now. And so, Pisces, if you've been alone, and if you've been disappointed at times in life, but knowing you as a Pisces, you would have borne the pain and gone through something anyway. And your pain is certainly about to end. And it'll never come back, Pisces. Lucky you. So the dream's coming your way, or you're coming to the dream, but it looks like it's meant to be. And I could say, I hope you're going to be happy, but actually, I know you're going to be happy. Because no matter what your dream is, Pisces, it's going to end up being better than you ever dreamed about. It's going to delight you. And the thing that it will be is that it will bring you peace, and it will end your loneliness forever. So it must be somebody that's almost like a soulmate to you. Somebody who really understands you, but then you'll be able to understand them too. An unbreakable bond coming your way. Or maybe you're going to hit that. But it's going to happen. Congratulations. Sometimes it takes a very long time to find happiness. But it's coming your way, Pisces. And I would say, you deserve it. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can see my show on my Karen Campbell YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to that, and I'd be happy to send it to you every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., and I hope you tell your friends about that too. And then if you want to read a little bit more about the theme of each show, you can read my blog on my website, starborninstitute.org. And so until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.